Update: controversial cases in the world of football. This time, we will talk about two controversial cases in the world of football that are rarely talked about. Starting from the case of the shooting of a soccer player that was solved after 15 years, to Luis Rubiales' resignation from his position as chairman of the Royal Spanish Football Federation, or RFEF, after his public sexual harassment case. Are you curious? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Bryan Sidney Pata was born in Miami, Florida on August 12, 1984. He is the son of Tahitian immigrants and the youngest of 9 children. Pata was an American soccer defensive lineman who was murdered at a young age. Pata played at North Miami High School for 2 seasons, then he transferred to Miami Central High School. He played so well that he was selected to the All-American Super Prep team. According to a magazine, he was rated the 26th best defensive lineman in Miami. He was named by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution as one of the top 100 players in the South. After considering 3 universities, the University of Florida, the University of Oklahoma, and Rutgers University, Pata chose to attend the University of Miami. He majored in criminal justice and was still actively playing ball for the Miami Hurricanes. A few months after his death, Pata would be selected in the National Football League, or NFL draft. On November 7, 2006, Pata went home around 7 p.m. after he finished his afternoon practice in preparation for the FML draft a few months away. As he got out of his SUV, someone suddenly shot him several times, striking him in the head. Pata was found lying lifeless in front of his apartment complex about 4 miles from his college. Police speculated that the perpetrator must have been hiding behind trash bins or bushes to spy on Pata that night. He has also ensured that there are no surveillance cameras around. Police conducted an immediate investigation and found one person who seemed to stand out as suspicious. From records found several years after the shooting suspect led to one man, Rashawn Jones. On Tuesday, November 8, 2006, a year-old man heard an explosion near the apartment. Not long after, he saw a man moving away while walking quickly from the parking lot. The next day, police asked him to describe the man he saw to a sketch artist. In June 2007, the police met him again to confirm his sketch. The witness confirmed that the sketch resembled Jones. The police conducted interviews and background checks on more than 100 people who had contact with Pata until the case file exceeded 4,000 pages. They discovered that Jones and Pata had fought a few months before Pata's death. Pata won the fight. When they were separated, Jones threatened him, "Boy, you might as well go ahead and clip up." Jones was also dating Pata's girlfriend at the time of the incident, Jada Brody. Most likely, their fight was caused by romantic issues. Brody herself cooperated with police when questioned around the time of the shooting. When police came back to her a few months later, she was upset and didn't say anything about Jones's involvement in Pata's murder. In 2020, when the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, or ESPN, tried to contact him again about this case, whether by email, phone, text message, social media, or his friends and relatives, Brody never agreed to be interviewed. When police asked Jones about his whereabouts on the night of the shooting, he said that he was at his own home. But police found Jones's cell phone signal near Pata's apartment that night. At the time, Jones was being punished for a positive drug test for marijuana, his 3rd drug test. So, Jones was not present during the meeting and practice held by the mandatory club team that afternoon. Then Jones went to the Heck Sports Center after hearing the news of Pata's death. However, 12 former players and other witnesses told police that they did not remember Jones being there. The police suspected him even more. Coral Gables Police Chief Ed Hudak interviewed a Miami athlete who declined to be identified. He said that on the night of November 7, 2006, Jones called him and asked him for money to go out of town. Hudak said, "There was a very strong sentiment Jones had something to do with it," then added, "When that was brought up to me by the players, I made sure that the detectives had that. What came of those leads, I don't know." In 2017, the police and Pata's relatives held a press conference to ask the public to provide clues and tips. In 2010, police told journalists that they believed there was someone else out there besides the shooter who they hoped would come forward to solve the case. In September 2020, the Miami-Dade Police Department won most of the records lawsuit filed by ESPN. Some officers swore that they had already updated the case and that arrests were likely to be made in the near future. The officers who previously worked on the Pata investigation have either been removed or retired. Police Major Jorge Aguilar took over the Miami-Dade Homicide Blue in the fall of that year. He told reporters that he had handed over the task to Detective Segovia, the original detective in the Pata case. Segovia said that he had re-interviewed witnesses, although he did not provide further details. After the article was published, Aguiar stopped responding and voicemailed ESPN. In May 2020, Jones was arrested for years of drug use and various traffic violations. He was arrested, then released again on a suspended SIM for the second time in Columbia Country, Florida. On August 19, 2020, Jones was arrested in Ocala, Florida for the murder of Pata. He was taken to the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center in Miami on Thursday. From his arrest warrant, other evidence was found that the bullet found in Pata's body matched the caliber weapon Jones owned. The year-old Jones worked at personal training website CoachUp. He has 10 years of experience as a coach for children, teenagers, and adults. He is also known to volunteer with the soccer team at his alma mater, Columbia. From the side of Jones' lawyers and family, they are asking for new evidence in this case that has been going on for 15 years. Jones's wife, Isheda Jones, wrote to ESPN. Rashawn's comment was he was innocent. He did not kill Bryan. Miami-Dade found no evidence against my husband. Police spokespeople and state prosecutors also declined to answer questions about the new evidence they had that led to Jones's arrest. Jones is being held in Marion County, 70 miles northwest of Orlando, pending extradition to Miami-Dade. Until now, information about Pata's death remains a mystery. Jones, who's accused of being a suspect, is not certain that he's guilty of this murder. How do you think, guys? Luis Manuel Rubiales Bejar was born in Las Palmas, Canary Islands on August 23, 1977. His father, Luis Manuel Rubiales Lopez, was an elementary school teacher, while his mother, Angelis Bejar, is a hairdresser. Rubiales turned professional as a defender in the Spanish lower leagues for Lleida, Mallorca B, and Zares. He then helped promote Levante and played in 53 La Liga matches between 2004 to 2005 and 2007 to 2008. Rubiales once led a demonstration at Levante over the issue of players' wages not being paid by the club. He also signed for Axis in Scotland, but he left the club 2 weeks later. Rubiales decided to retire from football. He earned a law degree and became president of the Footballers Association in Spain in March 2010. Then, he became chairman of the Spanish Football Federation in May 2018. In February 2019, Rubiales joined the executive committee of the Union of European Football Associations, or UEFA, and in May was appointed its vice president. Rubiales submitted his resignation to the Royal Spanish Football Federation, or RFEF, for his two positions on Monday, September 11, 2023, due to a harassment case involving Jenny Hermoso, a striker for the Spanish women's national team. The incident occurred on August 20, 2023, when the Spanish women's soccer team defeated England and won the Women's World Cup final in Australia. Rubiales hugged, then held Hermoso's head with both hands and kissed her. The incident was streamed live by the world's cameras, which led to outrage and criticism of Rubiales. After the incident, Hermoso said that she did not enjoy the kiss in the live broadcast. On August 21, 2023, Rubiales expressed his apologies to anyone who felt offended. He has been criticized by various groups, ranging from footballers, media, to the Spanish Prime Minister. They demanded that Rubiales step down from his position. On August 24, 2023, the International Federation of Association Football, or FIFA, began to intervene in this case. They began an investigation, while Rubiales announced that he would not resign from his position. From August 25, 2023, the Spanish government began to suspend Rubiales and began legal proceedings for harassment and coercion. On her personal Instagram, Hermoso denied Rubiales' claims of a consensual kiss. She said, "Never. The kiss was consensual." 81 Spanish players, including the 23 who are going to the Women's World Cup, decided not to play for the Spanish team until Rubiales is fired from his position. On August 26, 2023, the Spanish Football Federation began taking legal action against Hermoso for her lies about the kissing incident. Meanwhile, FIFA decided to suspend Rubiales temporarily while awaiting his disciplinary proceedings and results. In September, Hermoso filed a lawsuit against Rubiales. On Friday, September 8, 2023, prosecutors filed a criminal complaint for sexual harassment and coercion. Hermoso had given testimony on Tuesday, September 5, saying that he was under constant pressure from Rubiales and two of his colleagues after they realized the personal and professional consequences they, would have to face following the punishment FIFA decided on August 26. Hermoso was forced to retract her previous statement and tell the public that the kiss was consensual. She had been under pressure since the flight back from Australia, as well as during the team's subsequent vacation to Ibiza, Balearic Islands. Then Rubiales was banned from approaching Hermosa within 200 meters or 656 feet and communicating with her for the next 7.5 years. Prosecutors are seeking a sentence of 2.5 years in prison against Rubiales. Prosecutors are also demanding that he pay compensation to Hermoso of at least 50,000 euros or $54,000. Not only that, 3 of his colleagues are also on trial for putting pressure on Hermoso, namely former women's team coach Jorge Vilda, head of marketing at the Royal Spanish Football Federation, or RFAF, Ruben Rivera, and director of the men's soccer team Albert Luque.